this one right here. The NBA playoffs are set, and I guess I will come up with my predictions maybe tonight or maybe Saturday morning. My predictions will be out there on the table, and I don't think I'm going to be wrong in this one. And I think it's because a lot of guys have a lot to live up to in these NBA playoffs. I mean, to me, this is, from what happened last year, these guys cannot play that down. And to me, a lot of this stuff is legacy defining playoffs. So, of course, I'm not looking for everybody to win a championship, all good players, all great players to win championships. No, I mean, that's the most ludicrous thing I ever heard of. But we're looking to see if these guys are ready to compete on a high level, because these guys get paid these ridiculous contracts. And we haven't seen these guys really play on a high level that's worth the contracts. We haven't seen that. And like I said, this debacle last year, and Boston was able to skate into the finals. For a lot of people, that was unacceptable. That was one of the worst finals runs ever. Probably since the bubble, right? Probably since the bubble with LeBron James. One of the worst finals runs of all time. So we'll see. But what about when the playoffs is over? Then what? What are we going to do there, folks? Are you ready for the summer? What did you do in the wintertime? What have you did the past month, 2 months to get your mind ready for the summertime? What are you going to do in the summertime? Did you lose the weight? Did you change your diet in the spring or in the wintertime so you will be ready for the summertime? And for me, I've told a lot of you guys before, there's no other diet that ever worked for me. No diet besides the ketogenic diet. That's it. Ketogenic, the keto diet. And I even took it to an extreme. I went to keto OMAD. So, to break it down in simple terms, if you get on the keto, you're going to lose weight really fast. And it's the healthiest diet that you can do and that you can stick to than other crazy diets that don't really make no sense, and you're going to relapse. You're really going to hate it because you're eating a whole bunch of food that you don't want to eat, or it's going to take you a long time to lose weight because you're eating, I've heard people say eat 6 times a day, or you could eat, you can eat all these fruits and vegetables. And I tried that before. I tried the fruit diet. I don't think that works. Maybe it might work for some. I don't know. But the fact that you're putting so much sugar in your body, fructose, it's always making you hungry. No doubt about it. Does fruit ultimately have, great health benefits as far as, a lot of vitamins? Yes, I can agree with that. But, it's like waking up drinking a soda. Sugar and soda, I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. Sugar is sugar, and glucose is glucose at the end of the day. Carbs at the end of the day turn into glucose. Sugar, glucose, fruit, glucose, and that's what it is. And we're going to tell you why that's so important in a minute. But so yeah, I went. OMAD is 1 meal a day, and I know that's extreme, and sometimes it's like a lot for me. As far as I can't get hungry before I eat that one time a day. I eat at lunch. When you do OMAD, now you don't have to do keto OMAD. I just do keto OMAD because it's more healthy. But when you do OMAD, you gotta stay busy. Like you could drink. We'll tell you in a minute. But when you do OMAD, you gotta stay busy about something, doing something. Maybe it's at work. Maybe it's some errands. Whatever it is. So those hunger pains, if you have them, will go away. Now, keto is a very low carb and really no sugar diet. That's what it is. So you can eat low starchy vegetables, which I eat. We cook carrots together, cauliflower, broccoli, I think eggplants, red peppers, green peppers, onions, and yellow peppers together. And you flavor it up. You put your seasoning on it. We got all kind of different seasonings. And I buy very expensive seasonings, the organic kind. I was blown away to find out that they put sugar in seasoning. So, you know, if you buy seasoning that's all mixed together, one of those type of seasonings, like I don't know, I really don't know the names, but you know the seasonings where they got all the seasonings mixed together, whatever, adobo or whatever. If you look on the back, they have sugar in that seasoning. I couldn't even believe it, man. It's mind scratching, the stuff that they put in food, and we don't even know. They put sugar in mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, you know, things like this. But that's what I do. I make a whole bunch of vegetables, put them together, and cook them. And this is what I do too. I only cook once a week, so I make enough. I cook on Sunday, so I make enough for the whole damn week. So my wife don't have to cook. I don't have to cook. I don't deal with that stuff. Now, some people, you know, maybe they might like to put asparagus in there. Whatever, it has to be a low starchy vegetable. And what we do is we go get like skirt steak. We'll buy chicken, and we'll buy maybe beef, and what else is it? Bacon. And when I tell you guys these meats, make sure you get them with no hormones, no fillers. What we call it? Just none of that trash that they put in meat. You'll find it. But it's more expensive, but you don't want that stuff in your meat. And when I tell people bacon, they all, bacon. Get the good kind of bacon, no nitrates, no fillers, no bullshit. My bacon is almost like $7 a pack. That's how clean it is. There's nothing wrong with bacon. It has healthy fats. And a lot of like beef, if you get it grass-fed, healthy fats. And I like to get a keto dressing to where it only has no sugar and 1 carb per serving. And I buy avocados and eggs. And I buy the expensive eggs. They're out of control. They're like, what $13 for 18 of them? Organic, pasture raised from Whole Foods. I don't care. But that's what I eat in a day. Basically Sunday through Friday. Now I will cheat a little bit on Saturday just so I don't go insane, but I still don't eat in the morning. Say we might go out to Olive Garden or something like that, or you know, cheat that day or whatever like that. But I still won't eat breakfast, and most of the time I won't eat dinner. But it depends. If I eat dinner, I won't eat lunch or breakfast, you know, and so on. It's still 1 meal a day, even on the cheat day. So on a regular day, on those 6 days of the OMAD, the keto OMAD, which is insane, folks. But in a month, I lost 22 pounds. And when I get home from work, I walk 3 miles when I get home from work. Really no excuses, really, unless I get off at like it's dark or something like that. But usually I walk 3 miles. But I done lost like over 24 pounds, I think. Yeah, over 24 pounds in a month. And it works. So usually what I eat in a day, that one time, is 2 eggs. This is all at one time. 2 eggs, a little bit of that skirt steak, chicken, a little bit of chicken, probably like a handful of both. Handful of steak, handful of chicken. What is it? Maybe 1 or 2 slices of bacon. Did I say eggs? 2 eggs. A big handful of those vegetables mixed together that I was telling you about. An avocado. And also you can eat cheese too, but it has to be, I think the cheese I eat is like Sorrento or something like that. It basically has nothing in it except for how you ferment and make cheese. That's it. It don't have all that bullshit in it that they be putting in other cheese, but it's a high quality cheese. And I sprinkle cheese on that stuff like that I eat. And the keto dressing I was talking about, and that's it. That's it for the whole day. So basically, it's low carbs, no sugar, and high fat. And the food that I eat, it has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it. So I'm basically not missing any vitamins and minerals. Now you can add, vitamins into your into your keto diet, like pills and stuff like that. I don't get like Walmart brand or any other brand of vitamins. I get New Chapter, and they're pretty expensive, but they're real vitamins. They're fermented. They're non-GMO. They're most of them are organic and non-GMO, so they're the real deal. The fish oil I buy is pretty expensive, but it's wild caught fish oil. So, usually I like to get avocados organic and stuff like that. The dressing I was just telling you about, that's keto. I think it's like organic, non-GMO. And of course, every morning I take my herbs. Now, I'm not going to tell you what they are. They're super herbs. Is wild. You don't feel no pain. It cleans your body. They're super herbs, and I don't even know why people don't really know about them, because they're sitting at sitting at some of these stores and stuff like that. But my dog, he came down with real bad arthritis because he's like 13 years old, but he had it for like a few years, and I started giving him the herbs, and it's almost like he don't have arthritis no more. It's crazy. But once I start getting into herbs, and basically herbs, I mean, you can get into spices too, but once you get into herbs, it's just crazy, man. Like I won't even get into it, but herbs is like what heals. It ain't nothing else. Herbs is what heals the body, detoxifies the blood, detoxifies the liver, the kidneys, makes you feel like you have superpowers. It's nuts. So some people can do the keto and some people can't. I don't advise. If you can do it, keto, oh man, that's great. But I started out on keto, just period, and I was eating like what was it? It was a keto breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can do keto breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's how I started. But after a while, I was just like, well, I'm gonna go keto intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting is you don't eat until about 12, 1 o'clock, and you got a window where you eat at 12, 1 o'clock, and then you stop eating at 5 o'clock. But of course, it has to be ketogenic food. And I said, okay, so I did that. And then I said, well, I want to start working out again. So I started eating breakfast, eating lunch, and eating dinner, but it was only keto food. And then I said, well, the thing about working out, you're going to get real hungry. And lifting weights, you're going to get real hungry. So you got to do either or, right? You either got to lose weight or you got to lift weights and eat more. And I found myself, I was just like, well, I'm going to just lose the weight first. So as I start doing keto, I said, well, I really don't feel hungry like that. I'm going to start doing keto OMAD, where I only eat one time a day. And that's what I start doing. Because like I said, as I start doing keto, but I was eating, keto breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I said, well, I'm not really that hungry. I can lose weight faster if I just do keto OMAD. And I mean, it's really worked. And a lot of people, they cry, they complain, and they, oh man, I'm gonna get headaches, I'm gonna get this. So what? So what? Anything you stop doing bad, you're gonna feel crazy. You're gonna feel sick. You're gonna get headaches if you stop eating sugar, if you go on a diet, if you stop drinking alcohol, if you stop smoking marijuana, if you stop smoking cigarettes, if you stop, eating McDonald's, whatever. You're gonna start feeling bad because that's what your body is used to doing. And that's what tells you you're really not supposed to be doing it. If you feel awful for stopping something that you shouldn't even be doing that's awful, that ought to tell you it's not good for your body. It's not. It's not. But the thing with the ketogenic diet is, at the end of the day, why it's so healthy, why it's better for you, and you lose weight faster, because if you try any other diet, it usually consists of a lot of sugar. I wouldn't say a lot of sugar, but it does have sugar in it. And it deals with a lot of carbs. And at the end of the day, we told you, carbs turn into glucose. So you take a long time to lose weight. If your body always has sugar and glucose or carbs in a way, it will never burn that fat. Now, the ketogenic diet is basically running off of fat. That's the only thing your body is running off of. You can eat food that's high fat, but not like, omega-6. Is it omega-6? I think, yeah, omega-6, not seed oils and, canola oil and vegetable oil, all this bad oil and bad fats. We're talking about natural fats that's in, natural meats and stuff like that. So your body is always running off of fat. and your only fuel to burn is going to be fat, because you're not putting sugar, you're not putting carbs into your body like that. So again, your body is just, because you're basically only eating healthy fats, your body has no choice but to burn fat. It will never burn carbs or sugar because it won't have those things to burn. And like I said, usually all those things are in the way of your body being able to burn the fat. Your body is never burning the fat because it always has the glucose and the carbs in the way, the sugar and the carbs. It always has that. And what's disturbing to me is Americans, when you watch them eat, they eat like children. You know, you'll notice this once you start to change your diet. When you watch. And what I mean by children is, you know, when we were growing up, our parents basically wouldn't let us eat out unless it was like Friday or Saturday. So basically, the McDonald's, the Burger King, you know, eating pizza and, you know, these type of restaurant foods, we would never eat these foods unless it was the weekend. This was called weekend food, really. Fast food was weekend food. Your parents didn't feel like cooking on Friday or Saturday, so they'll buy some fast food. The problem today is American adults today eat like children. They eat weekend food for breakfast and lunch, and sometimes dinner. It's crazy. You don't even believe it. Once you go on this diet, and I never was the one to eat like, you know, eat out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I never was like that, because it'll destroy your stomach after a while. And second of all, it's like, what kind of like control are you showing in that you can't even make your own food at home and bring it to work? I mean, it's crazy. Some people feel like if they're not eating out, they feel like they don't have any money. You'll see these type of people, right? Specifically Americans. And why I say Americans and people that's born in the United States, mostly white people and black people, black Americans and white Americans, they eat out the most. Breakfast, lunch, you see it every day at work. The Spanish people, not really. I guess it's a cultural thing. They really don't eat out, right? They bring leftovers, or they make whatever was left from dinner or whatever. They most likely don't eat out at work. But, you know, Americans, black Americans, white Americans, they eat like children. They eat out for breakfast and lunch just about every day. I see these things. So they eat like children. In a sense that what we just talked about, you usually didn't eat these things unless it's the weekend. And it's just like mind blowing. Like, you know, you don't know how to cook. Your wife don't know how to cook. I mean, you're spending like $200 a week on this trash that's making you sick. You know, 95% of the sickness, health ailments in the United States is from food, folks. And they make these foods in factories. And if you see how they made these foods, you will be taking these people to court for basically poisoning you. If they make, understand, they make a lot of these foods that they put on shelves in the store from factories. So just imagine how they're making this fast food. They really have enough chicken and burgers and potatoes and all this stuff that they sell to, you know, at these fast food restaurants for it to be real. So you're basically putting fake food in your body, and it's never coming out. Most of this food ain't coming out. It's sitting in your body and rotting. It has no nutrients in it, no minerals, no vitamins, no nothing. Just a lot of carbs and sugar that's depleting your body. And bad fats, and whatever it is. But yeah, I seen that, man. It's like, wow, Americans, they eat like children. As far as they eat out every single day, you're giving your money to people who ain't even giving you real food. That's the crazy part about it. We don't even know how to really, I guess women don't even know how to cook, really. I don't know. Our food is so bad and we don't know how to cook that we don't even want to take our food to work. That's crazy. We think McDonald's, Burger King, Subway, all these places can cook better than us. And they ain't cooking shit. Your food is a science project. All they do is put some, what do you call this? I'll forget the name of it. It's the same stuff that they be putting in Chinese food to you know, make your brain and your taste buds tricked in the food has a lot of flavor in it, but it really don't. It's just chemicals that they put in it. But, you know, like I said, the ketogenic diet is the best. And if you want to lose weight, you don't have to get on the keto OMAD, but if you just do the ketogenic diet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you'll still lose weight fast. And for me, the ketogenic, it really ain't no diet for me. Really, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. And if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, whatever you had, all that's gonna go away if you get on the keto. Your teeth are gonna stop hurting. You're gonna have way more energy. You're gonna lose weight faster, and then you'll be ready for the summertime. Whether you go to, I live like in an ocean state, so I'm ready for the beach. Some people might live, they like to go more to the river, to the lake, or where they live at. That's probably what they have, or they like going to the pool and stuff like that. But I'm ready for the beach. I don't have to walk around with no big stomach like that. So you guys tell me what you think. If you're confused about the ketogenic diet, just punch it up on the YouTube. Many people have keto channels. And I heard of keto so many times, but I was just like, nah. I want my carbs, I want my sugar, and I still can lose weight. You can't do it. You can't do it because those things make you hungry. At the end of the day, you're gonna relapse. You're gonna relapse. Keto is the best way to go. I mean, a lot of people who have a high metabolism, maybe they don't have to go to keto. But once you get to a certain point in your life to where your metabolism just slows down, the ketogenic diet is the only way to go. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't no other way.